Let's get ready to...
Rebooted!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
Hiya, 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 na na na
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. Absolute pleasure having you all here. And we're going to speed run this stream. How fast do you think we can do it, chat?
I would like to do my intro. It's over. There. Boom.
All right.
Comic.
This is Badger. You've met him. This is Jeff, Suns and Shadows. Make sure you like and subscribe him.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello. That's my intro.
I like having him on, but then he reminds me of how inferior of a nerd I am to him. So I'm going to need you to pretend like you're not as knowledgeable about all the nerd stuff. You got to
All right. I'll try
to
my
make me
best.
good. You need to be like my nerd fluffer. Like the guests are here to make me look good.
Okay, I'll take 25% off the top then.
I already took 100% off the top, so
You got me beat.
and we're going to get right into what you are all here for. Me yelling about demographic moratoriums, but it's very nuanced and intellectual, I swear.
Don't like it.
All right, roll the clip. It's Ironheart, guys.
We Ocean's 11 of The Sopranos.
Neither. You're 2016 Ghostbusters. Yeah, you're Ocean's 8 or whatever.
Because I have to. Not because I'm a bad person.
You're joking, right? Everyone you're talking about is a criminal, including you.
No, I'm not.
I didn't do
I'm an
nothing.
engineer.
I
What
didn't
I'm
do nothing.
building is
Important.
Engineer.
Shit.
iconic.
Look, anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
All rich people are evil.
Before
Colonizers.
my hood,
Those Egyptians.
I was a nobody,
I see.
but with it. Maybe a little unsavory, but
Preach it.
yeah, I'm unstoppable.
He had
Hard on
to do
nobody.
Crimer.
iconic. I believe you mean to say iconic, Jeff. Thank you very much. Everything like it's. Oh wait, are you want to do some showcasing?
Trying to see if she had anything worth watching, and I'm not seeing anything worth watching there. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Pass.
Well, I got this pulled up. God, she just looks like such a. See you next Tuesday. Originally,
Fatigued.
when I called for moratorium, it was on very, 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 very specific niche demographic, and it was black girls with poofy hair. That was the original description. And Ironheart, and then particularly if it's a black girl with poofy hair in STEM, just stop it. Just stop it. Okay? We're being very nice. We're going to ask you once. Stop it.
And that's
blame,
iconic.
Blame Robin Hood. Robin into Hood.
So I will be watching this month, right? I think it's in, like a couple weeks. Badger, you going to be stomaching this one, or is this a Tag Your It Irwin situation?
I think we're gonna have to pull a Echo and just watch it.
Oh,
Well, sure, but like just watch it all the way through and then forget about it entirely.
normally I've got my side monitor right here, but I got on the arm, so I'll just put my side monitor like right here while I'm working on something right here.
Have you had a behind monitor? You just keep it behind you and don't actually look at it? That might be.
Yes, I'm liking it. Jeff, are you brave enough to watch Ironheart?
My question would be, and I'm not following closely enough, is this going to be a weekly, or is it going to be dropped in like 2 or 3 parts, or what's the release determination on this boy?
They're dropping all of it. But
Ironheart.
If they'll drop all of it, I'll watch all of it too.
First 3 episodes drop And then remaining episodes are expected to be released on a weekly basis is the AI overview.
They are going to try weekly with this. Oh my god.
I'll wait till the end.
So if they're not super confident, usually they'll do like a 2-episode release. And this one, there's so little confidence in it. They're like, we have to do 3 episodes. And some people make the argument that the reason they do that is because the minutes watched or whatever. So like then the streaming ratings, it doesn't really matter how much like each episode got because it's just the minutes watched total. So the argument is they release a bunch of so you get the extra minutes. So they're dropping 3.
Wow, it's going to lead into Fantastic Four releasing or something. I don't know. Again, right when it's stupid either way.
They should have just put this out back in February and just gotten it over with.
Of 2024?
Yeah, when they were originally supposed to come out with it.
Yeah, and I've been waiting and waiting, and I keep saying, "Oh, I can't wait for it to come out." And now that it's getting really close, I'm like, I can't wait. Hey, Moxie, I can't wait for it to come out and watch it. Fuck, I actually have to watch it now. Fuck.
I'm all for the burning dumpster fire of what they're going to do with Mephisto.
Oh wait, and it's what Sacha Baron Cohen or whatever too.
I want him to Borat
it. No. Fuck.
Little on the nose having the Jew play the devil character, but inspired casting, some might say.
I have no idea what you were talking about. So the thing that I'm actually most excited about this summer, Jurassic World, and make sure you guys watch this stream because it might get blocked worldwide. This is a full minute of this scene, and the little bits that I was watching. Yeah. Dinosaurs go burr, and
we're totes getting blocked.
Maybe do some pausing here and there.
It doesn't matter. They're like, here's a whole thing we're gonna release, and then when you watch it, we'll block you from watching it because we're pieces of shit.
only in Germany and Slovakia.
That's what happens.
Yes.
Looks like my cat when it rolls over for scratches.
Yes. They do this like Jaws thing so well.
Bad
oh my god.
Gun safety there. Like, take your hand off the trigger, lady.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you think she'd be used to taking a little splash to the face? How's nothing?
Oh my god, yeah! Alec Baldwin's finger would be proud.
Okay. Why don't you have another dart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to get compared to the Godzilla -1 scene. Yeah, this
coming at us.
These are like primal fears. Open water.
There, go.
Wait, is it empty?
Yeah, hold her steady, buddy.
Shoot it! Are they trying to get the thing?
Oh my god.
Hold her leg, bro.
Wait. Yeah, what? I love that. The eyeball? I didn't notice that at first.
Oh, did they? Oh, they fucked that up. They did not cut that out, or she is attached, and you're supposed to see she's attached. Okay, yeah, she's attached.
Let's get a pause in here real quick.
I mean, it's over.
Just.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Hold her steady. Hold her steady. There you go. Hold her lower because you want to keep her center of gravity down.
Get around her and then just take it out of her hand and have the
really
man just do it himself.
That would really make it better. Yeah, he fucked that up, and there we go. At least she didn't drop the gun.
Yeah, what? So what is she hanging by? Like her boots around?
Oh, she's got like 2 security, like she's got 2 tassels. She's got 2 these here. You can see it on her left and right hook right there, like carabiners, security cables. But
yeah, that does make sense.
For a second, I thought they forgot to edit out the like CGI wire and shit. And she's just be holding on by her leg like a ninja. Yeah.
To be fair, I guess there would be a safety strap for harpooning and such up at the front. All right.
Quint and Jaws didn't have no safety strap. These fucking kids did.
But hanging upside down, open water, and then giant like Kraken monster eyeball looking up at you.
Perfect opportunity for cleavage while upside down. But no, we're gonna be fucking progressive.
Excellent point. Bullshit. Man of culture right there.
Bullshit.
And then you need a bigger boat.
They're barmy for not doing it.
So we just spoke about the excitement levels for Ironheart. So Badger, you will definitely be seeing some Jurassic World.
Yeah,
right?
I'll still give them their $1 billion.
Dinosaurs go burr. Jeff, will you be there for the dinosaurs going burr?
No, I don't like these movies. So
popular.
It's our
man.
job. It's your professional responsibility to go try to see if Scarlett Johansson's butt shot is good enough and to your taste.
Okay, all right, fine.
All right, good.
Peer pressure.
All right. Bullying works, chat. So, next one. Speaking of bullying works, not only is there a Grogu Funko Pop, sorry, the child Funko Pop, it's a giant one, and they have one for $20 at the bookstore.
When are you getting it?
It was on the top shelf, and I pulled it down. I went, so would I do like a handsaw on your ear? Am I going to burn cigarettes into you? It's plastic, so the hammer would definitely work well. And then I'm kind of theming the new gaming channel around hitting Grogu with the spiked baseball bat, so he could also work over on that channel and in those videos. So I guess the question, I might as well just ask chat. I always know. Anytime I ask you guys if I should buy something, the answer is always yes. But let's see if I should torture. What do you guys think? Should I spend $20? Will I get my $20 worth out of this torture? You think?
We will. I don't know if you will, or we will get it. Yes, absolutely.
And it's not only is it torturing Grogu, it's torturing Funko Pops. Like there's a whole Funko Pop section essentially at the bookstore, and then I have to like find the random like anime figures and the like couple McFarlanes. I will say they do occasionally have some cool Star Wars stuff. Dude, they have something, Badger. I need to take a picture. They're like over $100. It's Star Wars something, and it's in the coolest fucking cases I've ever seen. I'm sending you a picture of it the next time I see it. All right, now I need to finish this. Bye-bye, $20 Funko Grogu. No, not Death Sticks.
As I look up at my small little Funko collection.
Everyone knows Grogu's adrenochrome is the best type of adrenochrome because they feel fear more than other creatures in the galaxy. It gets the lizard people high.
I also own half Funkos, Jeff. Those were the first figures I had, and then I felt shame for owning them eventually and hid them, and then I actually sold them to that bookstore. So I'm part of the problem. No. But at least I don't own Funko Pops anymore, so that's good. And so far, we're looking at 100% yes. So I'm just going to assume that poll is going to end at yes, but we'll keep it up for a little while longer. All right, tomorrow, if it's still there, I'll buy this stupid ass. All right, but then the next question is, I think I should probably buy a handsaw or something along those lines. Some sort like a torture toolkit. Do they sell those at Home Depot?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
It's called the Breaking Bad section.
There you go.
I was thinking of like It's Always Sunny with the Dennis in the back of his Range Rover. He's got his kit and it's got all like the duct tape and everything. And they're like, bro, what is this for? Yeah, like I need that kit, but also with like a handsaw. I already have a hammer, thankfully. It's storming time. Sorry for. Oh, wait. Yeah, Badger, what are you whipping out?
The same thing, but for context.
Okay. Oh, should we do context first?
We can, because this new magazine from Collider is making all the news. But on June 2nd, we got this originally from Matt Shackman over there doing an Empire magazine interview where he said, speaking to Empire about the film, Shackman described Sue Storm as essentially the Secretary General of the UN. He added that she is the leader of the Fantastic Four in the film, and he described her as an inspiring, idealistic leader of what the Fantastic Four represents, as she is in some of the later comic runs, and then goes on to talk about fucking his Hickman and things like that triggered Gooch and made him scream, "I don't like it." But now there's a Collider interview that is making everyone lose their shit.
Yeah, last time when he said that she looked like Secretary UN General or whatever, I brought this up because this is the head of the EU, and this is basically like European Hillary Clinton, essentially. So, yeah, we did already know this, but when you go into actually what they say...
I think it's because what Pedro said that's getting the extra traction. So it's not just them saying it again, she's the leader, it's Pedro talking about how he likes to be pegged. I mean, be led by strong women.
And it seems to be a pretty woke writer as well. Jeff, you're getting the Sue Storm that you deserve. I mean, we're all getting the Sue Storm we deserve, is how this section starts off, which is also, if you notice, quite a far ways down the article. The last live-action version of Sue Storm wasn't exactly a win for women, is how the dang thing starts off. Sorry, I need to get a little bit zoomed in more. Oh, I zoomed too hard. Okay.
Zoom.
This is certainly not the fault of the actor who played in her Jessica Alba, but more a byproduct of a more male-gazing era of filmmaking.
You mean profitable?
A more profitable era of filmmaking. The Sue Storm we'll see in First Steps is promised to be much more multifaceted and like a Hollywood 6 out of 10. As Curtis astutely notes, Sue is the real center of the four. If you do go back through the comics, you realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four. Because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart. Wait, that's not a leader. That's the glue that holds the team together. Mm-hmm. All right. While not naming the past films directly, Curtis does... Wait, who is this Curtis, gentlemen? Curtis. Who's this Curtis gentleman? All right, I'll scratch more surfaces in a moment. We had the desire to date aesthetically, but in terms of character and treatment, who should be front and center? It's like, hey, let's test the best story possible. Oh my God. So they're telling us they didn't just shove the woman in front of us. They went, let's do the best story possible. And that just coincidentally is shoving the woman in front. I need to cough. Do you guys have any thoughts on shoving the woman in front?
Always do it. It's chivalric. You just push them in front so they get the limelight. Grant Curtis, he's the producer.
Oh, Grant
Curtis. Thank you. So yes, I am fine with them pushing as long as they are attractive and they have awesome fight choreographies, such as in Ballerina. All right, back to Tardations and me. Hey, chat, I need to break my saying all right when I get into things. So every time I say all right in all caps, say all right or all right, all right, all right, and shame me for it, please. I'm trying to break the habit. Sue Storm herself. Kirby spoke to Collider about balancing Sue Storm as a member of this family, as a wife, sister, friend, and mother. I'm reading all the woke-ass Spawn comics right now, and I'm getting those vibes. As well as being a strong force on her own. She has all of these roles. Stay-at-home mother is the hardest job on the planet. Also, smart all your babies. And also, she is strong and independent. And she has a career, too. She's probably a marketing exec. I'm calling her right now. She acknowledges that the earlier comics were very much a product of their time. Remembering laughing with Pedo when seeing an early comic that shows Reed placating Sue's complaining by buying her a new dress based. I actually... Wait, what do you guys think? Do you want Reed Richards to buy Sue Storm a dress so she'll stop nagging him? Are you okay with that?
A nice dress.
Get her a KitchenAid.
Yes. I got you a new dishwasher, honey. So pretty soon here, Fantastic Four, #1 through 20. I have first, I think, 80 or 100. And I was looking through this, seeing what I was going to get into. And comics back in the day were just built different. I will say, Gooch would hate these. He hates when there's lots of words because he hates reading. And he would not be able to handle this. I feel like he's thinking about James Tynion right now.
I was going to mention Tynion. That's how triggered he gets. There's so much writing. The whole thing is writing.
Absolutely just built different. I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to read the old stuff. It's like when I first started getting into comics and I got Batman Year One. I'm like, oh, it's all old and stuff. And then I read it. I'm like, oh, this is absolutely amazing. And then later I find out, oh, it's considered one of like the greatest comic books of all time. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad I gave it a chance. So I see this and I'm like, oh, okay. But then I look more. I'm like, oh, actually, I bet I'm going to really enjoy this. So before I see the movie, I'm going straight to the source material. And
it's one of those things where, yeah, they're all right. Most of the characters were made by white men. Thus, most of the characters are all white. So, yeah, you could have more people of color and all the fun things. And yes, if you had a straight up 60s Sue, she would just be like, what kind of sandwich do you want? And all that. And that's fine. That's fine. It's not the 60s, but it's an overcorrection. So the answer to that is not to then make all the popular characters black and make all the leaders the women. It's just, you just can make a more fully developed Sue, who still defers to Reed as, but then maybe she's like the emotional, spiritual leader of the group or whatever, as opposed to fucking...
That's what they say. She's the leader because she's the glue. No, she's the glue. She's the
glue. She's the heart of the team.
Yeah, right. Women keep us from being a bunch of like idiots and savages and stuff like that. Yeah, women provide an important role for men, or else we're just like like beating on our chest, living in like filth and squalor and what have you.
Halal, no.
Women lift us up and yeah, keep us all together. And that's really important, but that's not what we'd normally consider the leader.
You could even say she's the moral and like emotional lead because Pedro's Mr. Fantastic is detached because he's always in his head catastrophizing everything the way they fucking said. That's fine. But at the end of the day, he's still the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and she can provide the counterbalance to it, like just trying to remind him, hey, there's more things going on here. Have you thought about trying to look at this from a different perspective? There's nothing wrong with that kind of counterbalance. Just don't overpower that.
I didn't even think I was making the joke about how she can have her marketing executive job and all that stuff, and I didn't even think about how she's going to be pregnant for a lot of this. So it's going to be women have it so hard. It's the reality of embracing being pregnant and then carrying a baby throughout without falling into tropes or the archetypes we see in film around it. And it's a daily choice. And even when it came to beginning costumes for things, I was like, don't give me any like dolly skirts. Is that why we got the ugliest costumes I've ever seen? What makes Kirby feel truly... Oh my God.
She's so brave.
What makes Kirby feel truly feminine is allowing in space for vulnerability. Badger, would you like to... at Grok, can you translate this woke shit into normal human stuff? Badger, will you play Grok in this?
Sure, dog. Think what they're trying to say. I don't know. What makes Kirby feel truly feminine is allowing the space. Okay.
Go fight bad guys. And she didn't want to make Sue simply a bad boss bitch. That's a quote. She says, quote, bad boss bitch. She wants to ensure that Sue has a genuine feminine soulfulness. Jeff, you live with a woman. So you're in touch with the feminines. Could you tell me what genuine feminine soulfulness means?
Getting yelled at. Yep. Being told what to do. Yep. That checks.
And not acquiesce to a cute, sexy Jeff version of how men perceive femininity. This is some Kimball Air nonsense of women have to write women because men just like don't understand us. And then women write men, and it's absolutely terrible. But it's okay.
How dare you be a man, Arwen?
Believe me, it'd be a lot easier if I were an LGBTQ MNOP. Seeing Kirby and Pascal stand beside each other is quite startling. Yes. As you can get that sense of bond and intimacy. We all just laugh because there is zero chemistry.
Zero.
As you get that sense of bond and intimacy. Kirby describes her on-screen husband as generous and without ego. Going into detail, quote, I've never had a male actor as a counterpart who's been so utterly equal and supportive of the relationship, but also the female character opposite him. I just feel
almost used the F word.
I just feel grateful every day to have an actor like Pedro who is so generous. You guys have any thoughts on this nonsense?
Just looking for a handout.
All right, so no, Shamey. Here's the cuckery, the full-blown cuckery, to which Pascal responds, quote, I love being led in a way.
Puppy play confirmed.
Well, my thought is he likes having his hand held, so he wants to be like led around like a child. What you may identify as generosity for me, it isn't. I'm only inspired by, I guess, just powerful women have been the thing that has gotten me through being alive. So to have the opportunity to stand by one, to learn from one, to be an ally, one could say, just a partner. It's a partnership. Oh my God, I didn't even realize an ally. It's male and female, but it's also just kind of like transcendent sort of partnership in the work and in the characters. It doesn't seem that way in the trailers. And so I don't really know what the fuck I'm going to do without you, Vanessa, honestly, to which Kirby adds, it's rare for an actor to speak like that. I assume he grabbed her hand and did the, the Drew Barrymore thing where like grabs her hands.
Can I hold your hand?
It's rare for an actor to speak like that.
Hold these nuts.
So, after this interview, Badger, you more or less excited for Fantastic Four?
We've talked about this. Like, Superman, I see things that I solidly think I'm gonna like in there. Performances, little action beats, little things from the script. Like in every layer, I see something I might like. I'll see a lot of shit that might fuck it up, but I see a lot of things. I see nothing. I see nothing in Fantastic Four. Nothing.
Correct. So
Her
I'm
breath
probably
is
not
bad. She has sloppy tits. She has no ass. She can't dance. It smells of bread around her. Like there's just nothing there.
So
nothing.
Gooch and many others are probably going to be super triggered by Superman. I can't imagine. Wait, I just went to end the poll and 52% say I shouldn't buy a Funko Grogu. Wait, what the hell?
Recount.
So, wait, what was I gonna say?
How bad Fantastic Four looks that there's just no saving grace.
So yeah, many of us are going to be complaining about Superman for sure. I feel like even if I don't think it's perfect, I'm probably going to enjoy it wellish enough.
It's probably going to be a 7 or an 8.
Fantastic Four, well, you know me and my 7 out of 10s. Like that's I'm hoping for a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four though, I think that one's gonna trigger. When I'm like giving my review, I'm gonna be like up out of my chair. Where Superman, I probably won't do that quite as much.
Do you think there's a high chance that we might end up liking Thunderbolts and that team and chemistry more than fucking the Fantastic Four? Because I kind of do.
Very well.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
I've seen no chemistry from anyone together in that Fantastic Four shows or anything.
Does this change your mind though? Look at all the chemistry here. Oh wait, yeah, this is gonna trigger me. Superman. I'm hoping for a 7 out of 10, and 8 out of 10 would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be great.
I think I gave Thunderbolts like a 6 out of 10. I'm thinking Fantastic Four is going to be a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
You enjoy Fantastic Four like you did Deadpool versus Wolverine?
I'm hoping. I would love to. I genuinely, I mean, everyone always says I go in wanting to like and whatnot, but like, I genuinely, people get mad at me for liking things more than I should. So I genuinely am going to give it its best chance.
In the last photos of them on red carpets and shit, she's holding Eben Moss Baccarat's hand, not Pedro's. So she might be fucking the Thing actor. Good for him.
Thruple.
Oh, micro.
Thruple.
Oh, super. Okay, yeah, that's sort of how I feel. I'll end up enjoying it Superman as opposed to Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah.
I just got reminded of something. So, Badger, Jeff, we were currently having a competition between you two to see who is the official nerd commentator. The Fantastic Four. What's the subtitle? The Fantastic Four.
First Steps.
First Steps. Yeah.
All right, congrats, Badger. Because I just looked at First Steps and I went, oh yeah, I guess that is what it's called.
She has a baby, and it's a fun little double entendre.
That's so.
It's their first steps, and the baby's gonna have his first steps.
Where you at, Grogu? Get over here!
And walk, don't run. So they're gonna casually meander into their final battle at the end.
So, and to be fair, Barmy, he doesn't. We don't know that he says this in the movie. This is from the novel description.
Yeah, what is it? Truth, justice, and what?
But if he says it in the human way in the movie, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. Yeah, because I still don't know what that means. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I probably won't be up in arms as much about the Superman. Yeah, if he does that, I will be out of my chair. Will I have this spiked baseball bat?
A better tomorrow, not sound horrible.
I mean, that shit literally got Gabe El-Taib to leave DC and work for Ripa instead. Ballerina. We quite enjoyed it. $90 million budget, looking like a 25 mil opening domestic box office. It has to, so what? So 90 mil will be generous and say 50 mil for marketing, because I saw quite a bit of marketing. We'll call it 140 mil, which means you got to hit at least 280. We'll call it 300 mil to be fair. And we're talking 25 to million domestic opening. This is projected for the weekend. It's going to lose some money. Which sucks because it ended up being good. I see me and Badger will both continue to recommend. Check out Ballerina, and it's one of those things, it's actually worth seeing in theater. So, yet another thing we actually enjoyed, and it's worth seeing in theater that's going to lose a bunch of money. It stinks.
Apathy has fully set in, so it's the girl boss situation.
Ballerina, excellent example of where I was like, oh, I don't care, and then the trailers finally got me, and I went in with an open mind, willing to like it, and liked it. So, hey, Fantastic Four is good, Superman's good, I will probably like it. You know what I do, definitely, and no, I like Clarkson's Farm. I finished the season. Oh, for those of you like Badger, who like to wait for seasons to end so you can just binge it all, it is now all out, and it completely holds up. And if you haven't heard Gooch's recommendations, he hadn't seen it. We finally convinced him to. He watched 2 episodes and he's like, yeah, I like it, but it's just about farming. And I'm like, it's not just about farming.
It's not, yeah.
And then the next time he brought it up, he was like, I'm loving it. I'm hooked. I can't stop watching it. New season, great. He starts the pub though, and Badger and I both worked in the restaurant industry, and I imagine a couple of you in chat have as well. So we've all had the times when like certain things go out or like you run out of stuff and it's just a full-blown show and you have to deal with the customers and you have to tell them all the bad news and it just sucks and then it's a clusterfuck in the back of house and it was all that. I literally took a picture of it and sent it to Badger. It was like I kept having to pause it because it was giving me restaurant PTSD.
I don't like it.
I was having to stop it. And I was
People
like,
you should watch The Bear. No, I shouldn't.
Oh, no way, no.
Oh, I fucking shouldn't.
No, please, no. So, sadly, the final episode is a little depressing because he opens the pub and it's a disaster, but then the farming, they got rained out yet again, so the harvest is horrendous, and so the ending ended up being a little depressing, and we didn't get to his heart attack. He hasn't done, like, the farmers' protest, and there's a bunch of other, like, they foreshadowed some other stuff, so season 5 is going to probably be the final season because of his heart attack. And then maybe they'll do like another spinoff show or something. Man, the final season is going to be a little depressing, I think. God bless the farmers, man. I don't know how they do it. God bless the farmers. And probably last time I'll talk about Clarkson's Farm until season 5. If you haven't watched it, what the hell? Go watch it. I recommend it to literally every single person on the planet who has the side monitor. Jeff, you watched it yet?
No, it is on our list. We're wrapping up Suits, and then we're going to be starting Clarkson's Farm next.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I believe you. I'll put the spike. Put it on the side.
I mean, it really is. I've been trying to convince my wife to watch it for a while, so.
Yeah, it was Gary, Nerdotic. He kept talking about it. I'm like, but it's like farming. I don't care. I never watched Top Gear or any of that stuff. And then ABF started evangelizing it. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And some of the best side monitor reviewing I've watched since you guys started having me watch stuff. Better?
Yeah.
I wish Gooch was here. Do you see this V-taper?
Yeah, he's gonna point out, like what we always point out, that they always make the suit look better in comics and other places because they, make it fit.
I thought he would. My thought was he's going to complain because there is no V-taper, but now that you mention it, those shoulders are super jacked. I'm a big proponent of putting the fake abs on.
This is more V-taper than fucking what's-his-face shows where he's more boxier. I still don't like the yellow trim, but if you took the yellow trim off, it's fine.
Yeah, it's so funny that you're cool with like the S, but it's the trim that gets you, where the trim doesn't bug me, the S is what bugs me.
The Kingdom Come S, yeah.
Maybe
that's
my
right, though.
Mark Wade derangement syndrome that I have, though. Next one, moving.
You gonna play
back.
Fortnite now? Because Superman. I saw Cleveland. They're adding Cleveland. You gonna play Fortnite now?
It'd probably be an anime that got me to do it. So speaking of, are you gonna play such and such?
I'll tell you when Solo Leveling comes out.
Oh, I just found out there's still. I thought there was 12 books in this series, and then I saw the 13th one's coming out, so it's not. The books aren't even done yet. And then I read like this much of the because I was wait, there's a new one, and then I keep spoilering myself trying to look into the other minds. I can't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading all that, but I have much more to get to. And Japan, they put out some fantastic games. They put out some fantastic horror, and they put out some fantastic horror games. I'm a little scaredy cat, though. I don't like horror games. But chat decided I had to play Silent Hill F. Overwhelmingly wanted me to do Silent Hill F for my September game. There's something else that actually looked pretty interesting, which was the new Resident Evil, which I realized earlier, chat's also going to make me play this, too, and be a scared little bitch for a video. God dang it. Either of you guys Resident Evil enjoyers?
I am.
Yeah, big Resident Evil. Played all the games. Beat
Oh,
them all.
and then have you? So You saw the trailer, but yeah, Badger. What you
Saw the
said
trailer.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah, we
or
watched
forget
it.
your
I
response.
was with Leon when we watched it, and he's too liked all the. I just felt nothing from it. Like, okay, why are we? What's the point? What's the motivation for this?
Yeah.
I remember who the character is, like the mom at least. And so, oh yeah, all right. And no one thinks she's ugly. We just don't understand the point. Didn't realize it was Resident Evil. Thought it was a fucking X-Files game.
Literally, no one in the chat guessed Resident Evil until
I
the logo
didn't.
popped up.
Bro, I thought it was
like,
one
hey,
of their
Parasite
movies.
Eve, let's go.
Oh wait, yeah. And then someone's like, "No, don't say it. So I'm probably gonna end up having to play it, and I mean, works for me. I don't think she's ugly, and I don't think anyone thinks she's ugly. But you get the rage bait. Reforged Gaming dudes are already calling the Resident Evil 9 lead protagonist quote ugly. Provides no receipts of that. An epidemic. Yes.
No, good that part.
An epidemic of loneliness and misery is truly making some of you insane. As I try to rage bait all of you into responding.
Loneliness and misery would make everyone think that she's a fucking 10. Like, that's how that works. You think that
Correct.
the ugliest bitches are fucking 10s because you're lonely and miserable. It's only when you have an
desperate.
abundance of fine women that you fucking go, be like Gooch and tell everyone's ugly even though they're fucking 9s and 10s. Yeah, this making sense.
I do poke fun at him occasionally, like 5 seconds ago, making fun of his
we can't
V-taper
all be
takes.
popular,
Adonis is like him, yes.
100%.
So the best part of this all, of course, would be the community note. Without a single evidence of this claim, this account is just trying to rage bait for engagement, which is against the TOS.
Yeah.
Excellent use of community notes. Badger, me and you discussed this because I played Ghost of Tsushima. And at one point I mentioned how when he gets in and out of the hot springs, you get to see his butt. I mean, you have to see his butt.
You
said
it the right way. You get to see his finely chiseled gluteus maximus and minimus.
And our thought was, well, there's no way we're going to get to see the butt when the girl goes into the hot spring.
I better.
Goes to Yote, puts out the rating summary, and in the rating summary, they have to discuss, all your dismemberment of enemy soldiers, accompanied by large blood splatter effects, things like that. Perform assassination kills, e.g., neck stabbing, sword impalement. I know you guys like neck stabbing and sword impalement.
Do love impaling, yes.
But then eventually get down to during the course of the game, a female character's exposed buttocks is depicted in a hot spring.
Good.
Bravo.
All right.
And I will point out that it's going to be the actress for that Yote character, and she probably doesn't look all that great, but I don't care. Good. Do it. Do the thing.
God.
Make it
We're
even.
gonna see. It's gonna say, "Hate all men."
It's gonna say, "Hate all men." Yes.
All animals are comrades.
Why does she have ribbons on the back of her thighs?
Oh God. Yeah.
Some dragon tattoo.
I was happy to see that because we were all concerned, but
Make
like
it
we just
even.
saw Ballerina, you can do the strong women right. And then I played Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm like, there's nothing but strong women in here, so it potential could do it right.
That was the other thing we mentioned about, like, because I said I don't care about this game even if it's done well because I'm tired of the girl bossing. But then I went and I watched Ballerina and I liked it because she gets her fucking ass kicked through the entire movie.
Yes, mods solve lots of problems. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, which hopefully I've finished my video today and I hopefully going to start playing this tomorrow. Definitely soon. Cannot wait. But everyone keeps saying there's 30 developers and now people like PC Gamer are super upset. No, Jeff Keighley. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was not made by a team of under 30 developers. And devs say repeating the myth is a dangerous path. So I never ever thought there was only 30 people that worked on this game. As someone who's created things with even just like a little bit of production value to it, it's an absurd amount of work and absurdly time consuming. I did not think in the slightest that one development studio of 30 people somehow did all of the graphics, all of the animations, all the QA testing, marketing, HR. It was obvious that they hired lots of contractors for certain things. But by having that smaller studio and then farming out the stuff that's not as important, the more technical or labor intensive stuff, you still have that focus of that small team. Whereas the AAA studios want to bring all of that stuff into one like in-house situation. And then you end up with a giant bloated behemoth where instead of having that small team's like focused vision of it all, you get the bloated behemoth making something by committee.
Right.
Did you guys think it was 30 people that actually did every single thing on that?
No.
I do wonder, because that's not possible. It was way too high quality and production value for that.
Nobody would sleep. Everybody.
Do you believe that small amount of people worked on Godzilla -1?
Wait, did only 30 people work on Godzilla -1?
Like the amount of people that worked on it was like super small compared to most productions.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You can do small.
I guess the answer to your question is, yeah, I do kind of believe that 30 people who know what they're fucking doing with one vision, not constantly changing, because I look at modders that do this shit with 4 people. So, yeah, I guess I do kind of think 30 people. Yeah,
to do a full game,
could be done, yeah.
And
I'm
it's
looking
not
at
even
7 people do a Sky Oblivion or whatever the fuck. I dedicated people that know what they're doing with the correct focus, I do believe could do that. AAA game, yes.
Oh. Well, currently they can't, which is why they had to farm a lot of it out. So,
yeah, okay. That's the other thing we learned is that a lot of companies apparently farm shit out to people.
Yeah, so it's not actually 30 people who put it all together, but the actual development team is quite small. But even just like, yeah, the QA testing and whatnot, you need so many people for, and yeah, just for creating a game itself, to do it with the 30 people would be tough. But then you have all the things outside of, you have to do just for being a company, or all the other, marketing and whatnot you have to do as well. Getting the trailers made, what have you. And then there's like the cutscenes themselves too. A lot of developers will farm like the cutscene, especially the really long ones, out to other studios. So yeah, very much so a team effort. But by having that one focus, that one smaller team, you can have more people working on it, and it actually still feels like it's made by a tiny group of people. Same with some of these solo dev games. A lot of those people have gotten help from other people, or other people do music and whatnot. And this article essentially is just saying that we need to stop romanticizing that, because, well, that makes all the AAA studios feel sad, essentially. So, yes, there was more than the 30 people who worked on it. But then instead of like making the point that I do, they just go into you're all just a bunch of misinformation and you're making the AAA devs feel sad, essentially is what the article is about. You don't hate games journalists enough. And this is why I say we got to do our best to scratch surfaces and be as right as possible, because otherwise the Alyssa Mercantes and whatnot take that one little thing that we're wrong about and then blow it up, twist it around, and then we're not even having the discussion that we're supposed to be having anymore. So yes, it was made by a lot more people, but the studio is a very small studio, which
also their examples.
That's how you do AA.
We didn't set up this dynamic. It was Helldiver's choice, because that's what's cited there, to have a fucking games as a service where every month or so you need new shit. And if people find your new shit underwhelming, whose fucking fault is that? You're the one that set up the context of continuously needing new shit. So make it better. And if you can't, why did you set up that standard? You should have just made it single player with a fun co-op, but you set it up as us getting new shit.
It's kind of a Star Citizen situation where
right.
It shows that you do need a big team, but also the reason they need to be big and take so long is because the mission creep was insane. So yeah, it's usually very multi-factored. Jeff, did you know that it's now racist to be racist to white people?
Ooh.
The Supreme Court decided that now you actually can be racist against white people.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I know. This was news to me. Apparently see, that's the thing. Reverse racism was what they call it, but that's implying that only one race is capable of racism, which is itself pretty racist.
Racism.
So yeah, it's like anti-racism is just racism. Reverse racism is just racism. So all of the artists and developers who didn't get hired because they were white, such as over at Avowed, Reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open, and you will always have my priority. We get too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please help me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. Supreme Court says, yeah, that is racist, and you can be sued now. And this is something I assume goes on throughout the industry. Will people actually sue him on it? Probably not.
I would like
a couple
to...
people, though?
Daniela Launders in her Illuminate game or whatever, her dating game, where she was like, yeah, we don't have white people because we want to feel safe. And
microaggressions, man. I mean, we all want to be protected from microaggressions. I'm skipping The Expanse. I wanted to watch it, but we need to get straight to microaggressions. Reloaded. This got someone brought it up in chat. What, Badger, was it you pulled it up? Or no, I think ABF threw it in private chat. Was that what it was?
Yeah, he brought it up. I mean, I'm aware of it, unfortunately.
So I hadn't had a chance to fully look into this. Reloaded, reclaim real yes, African artifacts from Western museums in this African futurist heist game. Recruit crew members, plan escape routes, acquire the precious cargo, and bounce out of the joint as fast as you can. Seems very authentically black. All right, so I wanted to play to play the trailer. Badger dipped out, and my internet sucks.
So please.
So, we went through this briefly, and then I'd finally seen more. When we went through it briefly, I had not seen things like this.
My God, I cannot unsee
large lesbian. Is this a man or a woman on the far right? That's a woman, right?
It's a woman.
Oh my God! And then she's. I can't believe one of them's not wearing a shower cap. What the hell is going on here? Oh my! I feel like they're about to give
a princess.
A press conference. They're about to give a press conference after an NBA game. Badger, did I put this one in private chat? I don't think I did.
Why I bounced out, because I didn't think there was a trailer for it.
Boop, boop. Yeah, sorry, I've failed in my producerly duties.
No, that is fine.
Because we just looked at it and I was like, oh, this. But then the Afrofuturist reminded me of Kim Belair, so I believe I did remember to throw the Kim Belair one in.
That I have.
This trailer has now hit the internet. Asmongold's Clips channel has discovered it, so now everyone knows. So now everyone needs to watch it. Let's go.
Bombay.
Treaties were signed, promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
Stolen? Who's stealing them?
Us.
Correct.
It's time to get out of there.
Let me introduce a friend of mine. Smart, agile, and will let you look into places with the tightest security.
I could probably bench press every one of you.
Locksmith strikes again.
Wait, can you pause it? I could bench press more than all of you. The giant lesbian saying that. It reminds me at my last job that you all saved me from. Thank God, I worked with a trans person, a girl pretending to be a man, and she once told me that she had a bigger dick than me at home, and that's what that line immediately reminded me. I could bench press a lady. Moratorium. Okay.
Listen, are you having second thoughts?
No. Just hoping you won't get me killed.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of him not putting rap music in the trailer.
Little crew are doing.
Nobody threatens my family or my friends and gets away with it. So we are going to do whatever it takes to take back Africa's belongings, and we're going to do it together.
Africa. Because all of those fucking different places are totally united and they're all the same and they're no way fucking ever fighting each other. I'd rather have rap music.
Africa.
I feel more equitable now. So that's Reloaded, as a lot of people have pointed out. Most of the stuff like the British evil colonizers have in their museums is given to them or purchased. And on the rare occasion when someone says, hey, that's ours, give it back. I believe it was some statues that they gave back to Nigeria. Yeah, the statues were immediately gone because someone they stole them or sold them or whatever. So this whole colonizer myth of us stealing all their artifacts and hoarding them, it's just racism against white people. Like this whole colonizer nonsense. And then they made that an entire fucking game. Needless to say, the internet has been having some fun.
I was about to make a joke. You had that instead.
My lawyers advised me not to make any jokes. Jeff, would you like to make some jokes?
It should be set in L.A., Memphis, any number of major city locations. Is looting? That's a little more appropriate.
They should have called it Martin Luther King. Making black skin characters looting, and this is the Asmongold Clips video, making a game named Reloaded, this is more ironic than Ironheart. I love this. It's the perfect example of so anti-racist that loop back around to being racist. Epic Games advertised a game that supposedly promotes African culture. It's a game about theft, robbery, and looting. Yeah, hey, call it Reloaded. Mostly peaceful shoplifting simulator. This feels like advanced 5D racism. The people that made this game are on another level. Honestly, racists are probably going to be impressed by it. During the game's development, they based their entire personality on the museum scene from Black Panther, genuinely. The vault will, my favorite, the vault will be full of Jordans by the end of the game.
And Adidas.
I just there's an achievement for changing the batteries on every smoke detector in every level or destroying it or something.
I forget what stream it was. I was trying to make a joke, and then we kind of realized being in the cars with the super loud bass has absolutely destroyed their hearing, so they can't hear the high pitched range of the beep. We tried to make a joke the other day, and then we actually figured out why they can't hear the chirp. The bass destroyed their eardrums.
Facts.
So
they were stealing bread, Gunho Mac. They were stealing bread. I swear that TV was just to hold all the bread they were stealing to feed their family.
80-inch. They're mitigating their expectations. They should go for the 120-inch. Come on.
I know, right? Lower that soft racism of lowered expectations. You can get that 80-inch, bro. I believe in you. So, Badger, if you could pull up the YouTube videos from Kim Belair. It should be at 16:45. So I kept wondering if this is the game I remember, because Kim Belair talked about this, and I've brought it up many a time, and I can never do it justice. She was brought in to consult on a game, an Afrofuturist game. It was not made by black people, and she was very mad about that. And so she inquired why it wasn't an entire team of black people. And we get to learn some really fun things about her mindset. Thankfully, we don't have to look at her.
Because not too long after I left, probably 3 or 4 months in, I was brought in by a company I won't name to work on an Afrofuturist project that they were planning. And this has since been canceled, but it was a very large Afrofuturist influenced project.
Oh, that's too bad.
It could have been brought back.
Well, hold on.
It could be the same.
So they brought me in.
Pause it. So the host says, "Oh no, that's too bad. They canceled an Afrofuturist project." And the Kim Belair goes, "Oh no, wait, no, wait."
They said, "Hey, we're doing this Afrofuturist thing. We'd love to have you consult on it and maybe handle some of the writing." I said, "Perfect. I can definitely consult. Who's your writing team?" And they showed me, and it was 3 white guys.
No.
And I thought, actually, I didn't think. I said, "Oh no, I don't think that's the team that you should have in order to tell this story. I mean, they can be part of the team, but it seems that you should probably have a largely black writing team, working on this." And their answer was, "Yeah, we tried to find black writers, but couldn't do it. And there were, the ones we did find were too junior, didn't have enough experience."
What?
Yeah.
Now wait for it.
And
all right, no, go and pause it.
What about?
All right, so it's already pretty ridiculous. But there's a reason I keep bringing this up, and it's her thought process afterwards. So, Badger, you're working on an Afrofuturist project, and you just cannot find any black people who are qualified enough to work on it. You fucking tried. So, what would you decide to do?
Not make my black Afrofuturist game, but I'm sure she's going to say, let's go just hire and train people.
Well, Jeff, what if you really, really want to make your Afrofuturist project? What do you think you do at this
that
point?
know what they're doing and are proven with experience. I'd find people that are actually capable of doing the job.
Ooh, meritocracy. So you're going the racism route. All right, Badger. Yep. Badger remembers because I don't shut up about this. Yeah, her thought is we should just get some people who have zero qualifications and I'll train them. And it'll be better because they're black, even though they don't know what they're doing whatsoever, but their skin color is black. So
don't know what I tell them to do.
This was 2 years ago. This Black Panther, I believe, came out in that same year. Like, I do not believe for a second that you can't do this, but they were insistent. And I said, okay, well, it seems like given the amount of money and power that this company has, you could probably find some folks to train to do this. And even if they don't have the experience, like, you're set up to provide that kind of training. And the answer was, oh no, we don't have time. So what I proposed was, how about, I know black writers. So how about if you can't train them, how about I hire them under, my own contract as subcontractors, and then they come on board to the team, they get credit and pay. You don't have to handle the training. I'll take care of that. And then at the end of the day, everybody gets a credit. Everyone who's been involved.
End it. That's fucking insane and super racist, right?
Yep.
That's like the exact opposite of meritocracy.
I don't understand her logic. Because in order to write a game about black Afrofuturism or whatever the fuck, you don't need to be black. You just need to know what the fuck Afrofuturism even means, because it's a fictional term that means Black Panther. It means black people with fancy fucking ethnotechnology or whatever the fuck. That is, guess what? Was made by two white guys with Black Panther.
Wait, is that just steampunk for black people? Oh my god.
Yeah. Don't give them more ideas, Erwin. Stop there.
I didn't mention anything. So trying to find that. I also brought up when she talked about how she worked with a studio where she's like, we need more diverse people. And they're like, but they're already French. We don't need to make them more diverse. They're French. And then her complaint was, well, you just put them in the striped shirt and the hat. Mm-hmm. And at one point I was like, wait, this is a French game. I hope that's not what she's talking about. And I forgot about it. But then I learned there's a baguette costume where they're actually in the striped shirt and the hat. Sure. So, Maximus, you son of a gun. Did Kim Belair tell the French people that they needed to put black people in, and they said, no, we have French people, and then they added the one black guy to the town square, or a completely different game? I assume different game, but it makes me wonder. And Maximus, you son of a gun.
I'm doing my part.
I appreciate your support. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Basically, just got to do a little shout out to Los Angeles. Deportation is the moderate solution. So we got the Dale's Donuts here, this intersection right here, where apparently, I think the cops actually started this fire in this car. Our boy, Yo Pops, our literal rooftop Korean, skip the National Guard, bring in the rooftop Koreans. Well, we did have a rooftop Korean there. Yo Pops, 215. I'm dropping the link if you're not subscribed to him. Yesterday, he had 350 or so subscribers. And then he went live at the LA riots for 8 hours and 45 minutes and has 110,000 views. Jeremy had him pulled up on CobraCast and told everyone to subscribe. So he went from not being monetized even on live to being more than monetized and has all the watch hours he could ever fucking want.
Shout out.
Overnight. And I talk about get up off your butt and magic happens. This is what I'm talking about. right here. And Jeremy was even like, should I bring him on as our on-the-ground reporter for CobraCast? Good up off her butt. Magic happens. And I kept joking about how he is going to be the referred to as, if he keeps doing this, he's going to be referred to as the straight Andy No. And then I saw Andy No posted this video where at night they set a fire, and I'm fairly certain this spot right here is actually where Yo Pops was for a lot of it as well. And I was, oh wait, he really is going to be the straight Andy No.
Do the thing.
Get up off your butt. Magic happens. Badger, anything you'd like to plug, buddy?
Tonight, Gucci Gang. 8/11 avocado time. 11/11 God's time.
Jefferson, anything you wanted to plug?
I'm going to be on Sammy Three Beats tonight. We're going to do some news, so it's going to be my first time joining them on their stream. So
News,
I'm looking
you
forward
say?
to it.
I like news. And for me, Tuesday night, politics, but most importantly, finishing up my Battlefront 2 video today so I can get into some Clear Obscure, and I am going to do, my whole life is just going to become playing and editing Clear Obscure. Oh my God, it's going to be so much work. I can't fucking wait because it looks so fucking good. And once I finish that, we'll be launching the new channel where I thought I was going to be sawing off a Grogu Funko Pop's ears, but apparently not.
I'm angry.
And ABF's watching the Xbox Showcase. If it is still going, we will be rating into him. So if you need somewhere to go, assuming he is still going, make sure you check that out. And then here in a few hours or a couple hours, they're doing the PC Showcase. And I was probably going to pop in on a stream there because I realized, wow, I actually do need to watch these now. So I know what games to play. And I watched his Friday one, the big one. I was like, oh, I'll go back and watch the rest. I never went back. I have too much to watch. So I'm going to hop on there so I actually know what is coming. And hopefully not too many scary games because chat's going to make me play them. And I'm going to be a little bitch. Appreciate all your support. We will see you later.
So long. And thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends. Yeah. Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
Where's the